let's take a few moments before you answer any questions, because it'll probably take you a little while to get back together. So that's the reintegration. You know, it's very difficult to spot sometimes, because it's very subtle. So I'm not sure if you saw that. Now, I'm going to take you through that step by step, but I just want you guys to see it first, to show you, first of all, what it is. It's actually really simple in terms of the languaging, right? It's just a couple of sequences and steps, but really, it's putting together what you've already done in a slightly different sequence. How are you doing? Whew, a bit lightheaded?
Actually, I feel grounded.
You feel grounded?
Yes.
Well, I guess it did its job, didn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Here's the thing. Do you want to say a little bit about how that experience was for you, and then we can answer a few questions, and then we'll just show you how to do it?
Well, I was quite nervous because I'm in front of such a crowd, and this is really something that I don't like doing, actually. But it was really funny seeing these symbols, and actually the new symbol emerged. This was like so unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was pretty interesting experience.
And also, do you see the complete shift in state? First of all, when you talk about the two problems, that's a classic past conflicts going on there, because you can see the state shift. Also now talking to you guys compared to earlier on, as it integrated, right? Do you have any questions, or is it more about the process? If there's actually questions about experience, ask them now. If it's about the process, you can ask me when we actually get to it. So over here? For Connie? Sure, go ahead.
So now when you think about doing the work, how do you feel?
How do you feel about doing the work now?
Actually, I feel like doing my regular work. I don't have any more. Yeah, I don't feel any. How to say? Not doubts, but hesitations. Exactly. I don't feel any more hesitations. I just see it as a job.
As it should be, right?
Yes.
Who's next? Anyone? Just this is, again, specifically for the experience rather than what we're doing.
Oftentimes you're going to have someone who is in the process and they want to go along with it, and they can literally go through and just agree to all of this. What are your tests to know whether or not they've just kind of
State.
It's
all about state. You saw the shifting of the state from one to the other, right? We tested a few times, went backwards and forwards. If you see the instant state shift as she focused on one side and the other, that tells me that, first of all, it's real, that's happening. Then it's the reaction, like, I can't believe this is happening, when the hands start coming together. By the way, I'm suggesting that, but I'll show you how to do that in a minute. By the way, yeah, so it's the reaction I'm getting. The surprise, like, I can't believe this is happening, that's the second one. The third one is when they come together, again, you see kind of like a whole, usually people will breathe heavily, they might get hot and cold flushes, they might be doing all this sort of looking around the place, and they really don't know how to process the experience. Things are literally like two tribes coming together and just like mingling and trying to figure out where everyone stands. And then there'll be like a moment of calmness. If someone's faking it, they'll try and be positive throughout. They'll be going, yeah, I can do this, and there's kind of like a strange kind of surface quality to it. I can't explain it better than that. But you don't see the integration, which is like the two things going together. You don't see the shift between one state and the other as the tension shifts. And you don't see the look of surprise when it comes together, because they want it so much, it's like, yeah, I'll make it happen, sure. So it's almost like they're too eager to please at that point. Plus, remember that this will have happened at the end of the other things you're doing. So it's a cleanup process, really. Though you can use it as a standalone piece, as we've done here, because I've not done any of the other stuff yet. You're using it as a cleanup piece, so really it's kind of already presupposed, if you like. Does that answer your question? Now, make sure, if you've got questions, only for her at the moment. If you have questions for me, wait for a minute so that we can give her a chance to settle in and come back, and then I'll actually talk about the content in a moment. So anyone have any more questions specifically for Nina? Over here?
You did those big breaths several times. What was going through your mind, or what did you feel like? What were you letting go of something, or?
Actually, it was like I was probably going to the tip, you know, because I was like, huh? And I realized actually that this is not so bad, you know. And so it was like, huh? It's quite.
This is very typical, by the way. Really typical of doing an integration.
And then these doubts and this fear came up a bit, and it was like, you know, like, now what, you know, what now, you know, it was like a bit of confusion, actually.
Question. I noticed your hands were getting closer and closer. How did the coming of your hands together therefore bring the integration, or did the integration come before and then your hands came together, or it had nothing to do with it?
Actually, I wasn't thinking about integration as I was in the practice, and also I was thinking, what does Igor want me to do actually? How does he want my hands to come close? And I said, okay, whatever. And then when they touched, I saw a new symbol emerging. I was, what? I couldn't believe it actually this would happen, because I was so doubtful, you know. So that was it.
Great. So guys, let's just give a nice round of applause. Thank you very much. We're free to go again.